everyone! Today is the day when we are going to be making a model of our arm with muscles to see how muscles contract and relax and help our arm move. Ooh, this one's contracting and this one was relaxing. Now this one is contracting and this one is relaxing. It's hard for me to do when I hold it, but you'll get to try it out on your own after we make it. Whoops, it's hard to do holding it, but when it's on a table, it works better. But I'll show you that in a minute. Anyways, you get the idea. So there's a lot of steps in this project. It's a little bit tricky. I'm going to tell you that I've had, in trying to make that example one, I had some moments of frustration and it was a little bit hard. So I'm going to really try my best to help you through it. Take deep breaths if it feels hard and relax and know that you can do it. You can do hard things. Okay, let's start. Step number 1 is to cut out each of these pieces. You'll have 3 in the end. So 1, 2, 3. Don't cut those dotted lines down the middle. Only cut around the edge. Okay, go ahead. Pause me and do. Okay, now that you've cut things out, we're going to do some folding. So you should have your 3 pieces. We're just going to fold them in half. So I'm going to turn it over so the picture side's down and line up the edges and just crease it. So I'll do that for each of my pieces. Okay, turn them over, line up the edges and crease. Okay, the next part is wherever you see a black dot to use a hole punch, punch a hole. Punch, punch. There's also one dot that's like white. You can punch a hole there too. Punch. When you punch your holes, make sure your paper is opened up so that you're not punching through both layers of it, because you only want to punch through the one layer. That's a mistake that I made one time, and then I had to start over again. So I'll try and help you not make that same mistake. Okay, pause me if you need to keep doing that. Okay, ready for the next step. We're going to glue the hand to this bone. This is the longer, skinnier one, and you'll see the words written on it, radius and ulna, and it's the one that has the X's on it too. So you're going to want to glue the hand to the part of it that doesn't have the hole punched in it, okay? So take your hand and open it up. And you see how there's these parts that say glue here, glue here. You're going to put glue along that whole line. And then you're going to just glue it right inside the bone, not the side with the hole, the other side, but so it can still open up all together like that, okay? Okay, you have that done? Perfect. Okay, next step is attaching yarn. We're going to attach the yarn to those 2 X's. So just lay it down on the table in front of you and you can see my 2 X's. You're going to take your yarn and just use a little bit of tape to attach each of those right to where the X's are. I just make it go a little bit past the X and then tape up. If your tape is a little bit taller, you can just tape it over the edge a little bit there. Oh, excuse me. That was a big sneeze. Reminds me of the video of the nose with the sneeze. Okay, so you can see I have my muscles, my yarn, attached to those 2 X's. Okay. You are ready for the trickiest part of building this. So pause me, finish this part, and then we'll move on. Okay, ready? Deep breaths. I can do hard things. I'm telling this to myself. So you're going to put this side of the bone with this one hole here, like the next to the hole that's right here, because eventually those will get hooked together. So then you're going to open it up. Now this is where things start to get a little bit tricky. So see this part with the holes is towards me, okay? You're going to take your top yarn that's by the bone called radius. It starts with an R. And you're going to cross it over the other yarn. And you're going to go in this hole here on the top. So you're going to go and it's going to come out. And if you look on the outside here where there's writing, it says bicep. Ba, ba, ba. Starts with a B. Okay? And then you're going to go along over and then inside. So it kind of is making a straight line a little bit, going straight over, okay? Kind of like a straight line. Then your other yarn is going to do the same thing with these two dots on the bottom. So come out. This is the trickiest part where, you gotta tell yourself, I can do it. Go out and then go straight over and then back inside. Pull it along. Okay, so then it looks like this. If you close it, you can see the yarn makes a straight line, comes across. This is your humerus bone. Do you remember where that is from learning about it the other day? Humerus. Okay, so then you have your bicep muscle, bicep on top, and your tricep muscle, tricep on the bottom. Okay. There's one more step here, and you'll see that there are those holes that line up, and you'll need your brad. It looks like this. It's called a brad, like the name Brad. And you're going to put your brad right through those holes. The pointy part goes through those holes, and then you just turn it over, and there's like two legs of it. And you just are going to spread those legs all the way out. You might want someone in your family to help you if you need a little help with that part. So just going to spread them out. Spread them out. And that makes it so this can move like an elbow. That's just supposed to be the elbow. Okay, now, like I said earlier, this works a lot better if it's laying on a table. So I'm going to leave it right here on my table. You know what? Maybe I'll get a colored something. I'll use this to put underneath it so you can see it a little bit better. There you go. And I'm going to show you how it works now. So remember, when a muscle contracts, it gets smaller. And when a muscle relaxes, it's just being loose, and it gets a little bit longer. So if we contract our bicep, I'm going to put my finger right on the brad, okay, just to hold it like that, right on the elbow. So if your bicep contracts, that means it gets smaller, and your tricep, the one on the bottom, is relaxed. Look what happens. Whoa, look at that moving. It moves up. And now watch. Now I'm letting go of the bicep, so this is relaxing. And I'm going to tighten the tricep, contract it. See what happened? It moved back. So let's take the bicep, contract. Now it's relaxing, and let's get the contract the tricep, the bicep, the tricep. So you can see when you shorten one, the other one relaxes, and you can see it moving through, showing you that one's getting longer. So you can go ahead and play around with that. And that is working all over your body. It's in our arms, it's in our legs. And that's what's happening. Muscles work in pairs in our fingers and everywhere. One muscle is contracting and getting smaller, tightening, and the other muscle is relaxing and getting longer. So this shows you exactly what that would be like. That was a big project, many steps. So this is one of those moments where you should give yourself a huge pat on the back. Oh, I feel like I need one. Woo! That was a hard one. I have to tell you that was the trickiest project for me. And even explaining it to you and making a video was really hard for me. So I really need a pat on the back. I think it took me 4 different tries to get the video to where I could teach you how to do it. 4 tries for that. So sometimes we all make mistakes. I made some mistakes, like we all do, and you have to try again and try again and try again. And then I had to try again. At one point, I even thought to myself, I'm going to wait and do this tomorrow. And then I said, nope, I can do it. I always tell my students, I always tell all of you, you can do it. You can do hard things. And so that's what I told myself. And I gave it one more try, and I did it. So remember this moment. If that ever happens to you, remember and say, I remember it took Becky so long to be able to teach about how to make that arm with the muscles. So, and now I feel really proud that I did it. And that's, I bet, how you feel sometimes when you do something that's really hard for you. Okay, well, I hope you had a fun time with that, because in the end, it is a really cool project, and I'm really proud of the arm that I made because it's really neat. So I hope you had fun with it too. Okay, see you later, everyone.